Get more out of giving.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday evening Gift of Legacy Zoom call. No, we're not confused. Yes, we know it's not Christmas time. We know it's nearly Easter, but there's a reason for that video, because that video explains Gift of Legacy, the heart of giving. We all love to give and receive gifts. In fact, you get more joy out of giving than you do receiving. And just like that lady who was spreading so much joy and giving gifts, she eventually received. And in Gift of Legacy, that's what it's all about. You give, and eventually you get your turn to receive. My co-host is Beverly from Panama. Bev, how are you today?
Oh, I am doing great. And that is my favorite animation because with love is what makes the world a better place. It is what makes people come to understand who they are, why they are what they are, and how they can better themselves by just giving with love. Oh, Adele, thank you for inviting me to co-host with you today.
It's always a pleasure, Bev. Thank you so much. That animation was actually created by somebody in Gift of Legacy for Gift of Legacy. It's not another video that we've adopted. It was actually created for Gift of Legacy. And I love it. I love Christmas. It's one of my favorite times of the year, but I love giving. And that's what drew me to Gift of Legacy. So if you're looking for something, if you're watching this recording, if you're here for the first time, and I know there's only a few people here, it doesn't matter. Bev and I are here regardless. I'm not going to even look and see how many more people join this Zoom. Just let me know, Bev. Type me a message if Edgar joins. But I'm not worried about who I'm sharing this with. I want to share this with everybody because this is something so different. It connects with my heart. It touches the heartbeats of my heart. Everything that I believe in, all the principles and values that I hold dear to me, the importance of community, knowing that you can help other people, the true sense of Ubuntu. Bev, I'm so excited. Wait till you see what I'm going to be wearing on this Zoom call next week. I have found myself the perfect t-shirt, and I'm going to go and buy one for me and my father this week, and my father and I this week, and I'll be wearing it next week on the Zoom for sure. I'm so excited about it. So tune in next week for my big fashion reveal. But what we're going to do tonight is share Gift of Legacy with you and let you know what Gift of Legacy is, what it offers you, how you participate in Gift of Legacy, and also, if you are South African, what it means in our language, in our monetary terms, because we are going to talk about US dollars. And it sounds like small amounts because we're talking US dollars, but at the moment, we are close to $19, 19 Rand to the dollar. It's almost 20 Rand to the dollar. So while I'm going through this presentation, and if you're South African or you live in the southern part of South Africa, multiply the amounts by 20. Every number that I speak, multiply it by 20. Because even the summary I'm going to show you was worked out on about 17 Rand. It's now 20 Rand on how things are changing in this world. So every number I'm going to speak tonight, multiply it by 20. And then you'll know why I'm so happy I joined this 3 years ago. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead. We're going to share the presentation and we're going to explain as we go along. So I'm sharing from my phone. I do everything Gift of Legacy off my phone. It's not an app, but I have it saved as a widget on my screen. You'll see here at the bottom next to my WhatsApp. It's just I've saved the URL, so it's easy for me to log in. When I log in to my profile, this is what I see. 6 boards. You'll see the values on them: $25, $100, $50, $400, $1,600, $5,000. We're going to talk about that, okay, through the presentation. Then there's personal information, where all my personal information is loaded, and it's really not a lot. To join Gift of Legacy, when you register, you need your phone number with your international dialing code. You need a unique username for every profile, and you need to come up with a really cute or funky username, or just use your name. That's all you need. No banking details, no ID, no KYC, none of that. Because you just need to know how to contact people, because this is all about peer-to-peer gifting. And then there's a tab called Academy, which is a link tree. So a link tree is an interactive document. It can be updated in real time. There's lots of interesting information. There's a lovely document here called the Gift of Legacy Participants Guidelines. 47 pages of everything you need to know about Gift of Legacy. You can share this with somebody who wants to know more about Gift of Legacy. There's the animation I just shared with you. So we're going to go here to the participants guidelines. Oh, we're not actually. I'm not going to go there because I want to share the other presentation with you. So excuse me while I quickly go to here, and I'm going to share this presentation with you. Bev, please feel free to speak up if Edgar joins. Okay, so Bev is going to start. I'll watch out for our guests to arrive. Bev is going to explain what Gift of Legacy is all about, why it touched her heart, why someone in Panama is just as excited about this as I am. And I don't know why we're both wearing white tonight, because our slogan in Gift of Legacy is color your world. But maybe it's because we want you to focus on the color on the screen and not so much on us. Listen to our words, focus on the screens. Bev, over to you, my friend.
Yes, Adele, I am so grateful for this opportunity to share this with you, because Gift of Legacy has done wonders for me, because I've always loved giving. And in this community, this gift that they invited me to come and share is only done by an invitation. It is a gifting community with an activity for creating abundance. And with everything that we have in this world, we have to have a disclaimer of what you have got in your hand presented to you. Because this disclaimer states that this presentation is for information sharing only, and it is not to be construed as financial advice. Neither the presenter, Adele, or myself, Beverly, nor Gift of Legacy are registered financial or tax advisors. The information given is only intended to give examples of what a participant may expect. And since I joined Gift of Legacy in 2022, my expectation has been fulfilled, because I have found that what Gift of Legacy is all about, it's a sacred economics. Gifting communities trace back to the 1960s, off the mainstream for decades. But the wonderful thing that I have found, because I have been receiving gifts and giving gifts, is that it is 100% legal. I knew this word, but now that I have learned a lot more about it, I have found out how wonderful I feel knowing about the word Ubuntu. Ubuntu is communities working together. It is also known as circular economics. This global gifting activity is our community extends to over 180 countries, uplifting communities, creating abundance and self-development. In all that what the Gift of Legacy does for us, it is, as Adele says, it is, she uses her cell phone just as I do. But when I go to a computer, I find it this way and horizontal, And then in my cell phone, it is vertical. But we all have got the opportunity, once you get an invitation link, to come on and start riding this wonderful, wonderful theme park. You have got to know that it is needed for you to have two people with you, one on the right, one on the left, to keep all the joy of giving instead of to yourself, which is very selfish, to be able to give others this invitation to do exactly what you have learned to do. I learned to do this with watching the videos, with speaking with Adele and all the other people that I have got to know all over the world. And this has been wonderful for me because it is a theme park. It is filled with great, great, great love and joy. As we go into what it is about and you start learning, you have got to have someone to practice it with. And that's why having two invitees with you makes it just go wonderful. Here, to be able to begin, we have got these wonderful boards. As Adele showed, there are 6, and we were promised that pretty soon in the future there will be a 7th one, and I love that number. But when you start, you can start from different levels. This is my favorite level once it was began, because now there are many people that are able to join you with your invitation with $25. And you get the opportunity to bring your 2 invitees with you and have them bring other people with them also, because the person in the center is where we all desire to get to. A legend. A legend that with $25, 8 people, 4 on each side, 2 hemispheres, 4 on each side, come together and gift the person in the center $25, and it comes to $200. The legend receiving $200 have the great opportunity to be able to gift in this way. It is a way that has been proven to work. The best way to manage your gifts is you use the first 4 gifts to join a higher board, because you don't want to stay just $200. Now, you also enjoy the next 3 gifts. Adele has got the most fabulous way of doing this, because she has found where there is a way to gift in a community with the love we have found in our hearts for giving. So you join the bronze board with the $100 once you have received those first 4 gifts. Adele will continue now to explain the rest of what we have in our hands to carry us through to abundance, with inviting wonderful, like-minded, like-hearted people that you love or have met and find that they are looking for the same thing. Because as human beings, we are all seeking for the same things. Thank you, Adele. I turn the rest over to you that you do so wonderfully, and I am grateful.
Thank you, Bev. Thank you so much for explaining that so beautifully and so clear. So, folks, yes, that's a little bit of the background of what a gifting activity is. It is something very different. If you have been involved in any other platforms, just know that Gift of Legacy is peer-to-peer gifting. We're not selling anything. We're not buying anything. This is not a business. It is about one person sending a gift to another person, peer-to-peer and heart-to-heart. I love sending gifts, really up my alley. It's all about community. The whole spirit of Ubuntu is the key principle of Gift of Legacy. So you can start your journey on the coal boards and then you move on to bronze. The reason coal was developed was to allow people the opportunity to gather the gifts to allow them to join bronze. Now, we will do another follow-up presentation next week, Tuesday. We did one last week that explains something called the 4 attractions. In the theme park, there are different rides, there are different boards, and they have different functions. So please join us so that you understand how they all work together. But coal and bronze are 2 starter boards that you can decide which one you're going to join when you join and start your journey in Gift of Legacy. If you have joined on coal with $25, you can then come and join the bronze board with $100. You're going to contact the legend, the person in the middle of the board, send them a person, say, hey, I'm a gift on your board. How can I send your gift? Because this is a worldwide community, the easiest way to send gifts across the world is using cryptocurrency. We're not trading. We are just using it as a digital means to send gifts. But by all means, if the person is in your country or your town, send them an EFT or meet them for coffee. Give them the gift of how much fun would it be to arrive and give somebody a nice packet of fresh money and that they can use. Now, when I say money, yes, we're using the US dollar as a standard to make sure everybody receives the same amount in your country. Convert it to your currency from the US dollar. At the moment, the US dollar is still a stable currency, and everybody in the world is able to convert their currency, their fiat currency, to the US dollar. So you will join the board with $100. When you've completed the board as legend, you will have received $800 in total. Let's break down a bronze board because it's exactly the same for bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Once you understand one of the boards, you understand how all these 4 boards work. These are the 4 essential boards upon which you will ride your ride to abundance. The other boards, coal and Ohana, complement these boards, but your team, your journey is going to be a ride from bronze to platinum. So on the bronze board, you will join as a gifter. Your username, your nickname will be written in yellow. When you log into the website, everybody else is in white. So you will be a gifter. The next level is builder, then the guide, and then the legend in the middle. And it's mirror imaged on the other side, on the other hemisphere. You're going to contact the legend, say, hey, I need to send you $100. How would you like me to send it? And they make an arrangement with you. Then other gifters are going to land on the board. When the legend has received 4 gifts, $400, they can fast track or go ahead and join the next board. With their first $400, they can now go and join the silver board. Then the other 4 gifters will land on the board. They don't always happen in this order, just depends who's inviting and which inviter they follow, because you always follow your inviter in Gift of Legacy. When the board is complete, the legend will have received $800 in total. The board closes. The legend leaves this board, and the 2 guides become legends on their own. So now you have moved up from a gifter position into a builder position. A builder has that responsibility to build the community. That image of someone going into the theme park with 2 people, this is the best time to do it. To invite 2 people to join you on this journey. So they're going to contact the legend and they're going to gift them. Let's call them A and B, and you can see where they fall on the boards as the boards move. Then other gifters will land on the board until all 8 gifters are accounted for. The legend has received $800 in total. The board closes, and you now move up into the guide position. So you've moved up. Your invitees who were gifters are now builder A and builder B next to you. You are a guide. It is your job, your responsibility to assist them in inviting their people. So they're going to invite C, D, E, and F to join the community. When one hemisphere the left-hand side like this, is filled up. You, as the guide, are able to move off onto your own board as a legend and start enjoying the abundance that is coming your way. So congratulations, you are now a legend on your own board. Your invitees, A and B, are next to you as guides. A's invitees, C and D, are next to them, and B's invitees, E and F, are next to them. You will assist your team. The guides will assist the builders as well, and they will invite 8 people who are going to join the board. They will contact you and say, hello, I'm a gift on your board. How can I send you a gift? These gifts are unconditional and non-returnable. You're going to receive the gifts, $800 in total, but only $300 is yours to keep. Now let's break that down a little bit. We'll get to that soon. You will close the board as a legend. And when you finish that board, you are going to move now onto silver, where you already have joined, and you want to rejoin bronze on the perpetual cycle. This original board where you were guide has not been completed. So when you join your perpetual cycle, you're going to come back to your original board and help to close this board. It's called the Ohana principle. And this allows boards to move and for nobody to be left behind. The true spirit of Ubuntu and Ohana. So when you finished your bronze board, you will have received $800. You've used $400 to join silver. You're going to use $100 to join your perpetual bronze cycle. So $500 of that $800 you received is to move on. You are keeping $300 in your pocket. Let's look at this in terms of a summary. Now, we talked about the theme park. The reason for the theme park, not only is it bright and colorful and a place you go to enjoy yourself, and it's a very colorful place. Our slogan is Color Your World. But the Ferris wheels, the train, even the roller coaster, they're rides you can go on over and over and over again. The lazy log ride. They're things you can go over and over and over again. And that signifies the perpetual cycle, the ability for you to ride a board over and over infinitely. And that's what perpetual means. So first you can join on coal, one of 2 starter boards. The other starter board is the bronze. So you're going to join a coal board for $25. You are going to gift the legend unconditionally. When you have completed the board as legend, you will have received $200. But now you need to join the bronze board. So $100 goes to bronze, as I showed you. You're going to keep $25 to ride coal again. So you are keeping $75. On coal, you're keeping $75. That's great. You only started with $25 and you're keeping $75. But on your perpetual cycle, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th time, every time you ride coal thereafter, you don't have to join bronze. You're already on bronze. So now you only have to hold back 1 gift to ride it again, which means you are keeping 7 of the 8 gifts. So you keep $175. Do you see the power of the perpetual cycle? On your first round, you need to join the next board and keep money to ride the board again. But when you are on that perpetual cycle, the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th time until infinity, you only keep 1 gift back to ride it again. That means you keep 7 of the 8 gifts. There's a big difference between $75 and $175. On bronze, you're starting your journey to abundance. There are 4 Ferris wheels in our theme park. Bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. The bronze board is $100. Again, the Ferris wheel signifies the infinite ride that you can have on these boards. You join the board for $100, like I just explained and showed you. You receive $800 as the legend. And you keep $300. Why? because you needed to use $400 to move on to silver. You keep $100 to ride bronze again, so you're only keeping $300. Not bad, you started the board with $100. But the second, third, fourth time on your perpetual cycle, you are already on silver. So you get to keep 7 gifts, $700. Now, that's a big difference. $300 that you keep on your first round, $700 you keep on your perpetual cycle. The power of the perpetual cycle. So now you're on silver. You've gifted somebody unconditionally $400 to join your board. You're going to contact them, get the gifting details, and gift them. When you're a legend, you will receive 8 gifts of $400, which is $3,200, which means you're keeping $1,200 because you need $1,600 to go on to the next board, gold. Let's just go back there, lock it out. Why is it not cooperating with me? There we go. So you are keeping $1,200 on the perpetual cycle. You receive 8 gifts again of $400. It's $3,200, but you're already on gold. So you only hold back 1 gift of $400. You're keeping $2,800. There's a big difference between your first ride on silver, where you keep $1,200, and your perpetual cycles, where you keep $2,800. So you've joined gold. Bev and I love gold. We're both on gold, and we're both receiving on gold at the moment. So maybe this white is not gold. It signifies platinum that we're heading towards. Okay, so the gold board, you join the board with $1,600. You will receive 8 gifts to that value, which is $12,800. But you need $5,000 to join platinum. Do you see how it's white and shiny and sparkly? So that's probably why we're wearing white right now. And you need $1,600 to ride gold again. So you keep $6,200. That's still a fair amount of gifts and a lot of good that you can do with $6,200 that you keep. But on your perpetual cycle, you have already joined platinum. You only have to keep back $1,600. Bev, we're keeping back $1,600. We're going to join our perpetual gold. And when we complete perpetual gold, Bev, we're going to be able to keep $11,200, almost double what we kept on this round, our first round. There's a huge difference in that amount of money. Now, here's the game changer. This is so exciting. Platinum currently is the last board in the journey to abundance. Yes, there is talk of another one coming, but platinum, you join with $5,000 gift. You will receive 8 gifts of $5,000 from complete strangers. That's $40,000, and you get to keep $35,000. Now, the exciting thing is there's no next board that you have to join. So whether it's your first ride or your perpetual cycle, you always keep $35,000. I want you to drop your eyes to the bottom of the screen, to what you get to keep on the bottom line. Everyone always says, show me the bottom line. We've got a bottom line to show you. On the bottom line, you can be on all 5 of these boards, and another board I'm going to explain to you, which also has a perpetual cycle. Let's just look at these 5 boards. You can be on all 5 of these boards on your perpetual cycle. That's the goal of Gift of Legacy. These boards move at different speeds at different times, but you can be receiving gifts that you get to keep $175, $700, $2,800, $11,200, and $35,000 perpetually. We talk about generational wealth, about creating a legacy for your family. This is where you create your legacy on the perpetual cycles. A legacy is something that you hand over to your family, to your descendants. Is there wealth in your family? Have there been hard times in your family? What is the cycle that you want to change? What is the thing that you want to do differently for future generations? For me, it's that bottom line. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. I just want to take a breath and see who's on the call with us. Okay, we're going to carry on. Right, now, I'm in South Africa. I live in Johannesburg, South Africa. Beverly's in Panama. She understands US dollars. You don't use the US dollar, do you, Bev? You use a different currency, right?
No, we use US currency. We use the American dollar.
Okay, so I've been talking your language. Now I'm going to talk my language, all right? I'm going to talk my language. In South African rands, you're going to join the coal board for $25, which is about 500 rands, okay? About 500 rands, maybe a bit more by now. But let's just say 500 rands. On a coal board, you are going to receive 8 gifts whose value is 3,812 rands, and you're keeping on your first coal board 1,430 rand. 1,430 rand. On perpetual cycle, you're going to receive 3,812 rand and keep 3,335 rand roundabout. It's more now, I promise you, with the current exchange rate today. What is your SASSA grant if you are receiving SASSA? SASSA Bev is our pension fund in South Africa for old age pensioners. Old age pensioners in South Africa per month receive less than 2,500 rand. Less than 2,500 rand. And on a perpetual coal board, you get to keep more than a SASSA grant. That's your first board. Then on bronze, you're going to join the board for $100, which right now is about 2,000 rand, or 1,800 if the exchange rate is better. You're going to receive gifts to the value of 15,247 rand. Don't spend them all, because you need to join the next board. It's worth it. It's difficult to give money away to other people, but not only is there more joy in gifting, there's more benefit for you in gifting further, okay? You get to keep 5,718 rand. But on your perpetual cycle of bronze, just bronze, you get to keep 13,341 rand. Bev, for some people with a pretty decent job, that's their monthly salary in South Africa. For a lot of people, that's actually a very good monthly salary, especially post-COVID. Silver, you're joining for $400. So that's 2,000 times 4, that's 8,000 rand, okay? 8,000 rand, you're joining the board. Don't stress about it. It's not money coming out of your pocket. It's money that you've kept from your bronze board. The only money out of your pocket is your very first gift. Thereafter, you're keeping back gifts. So it's not rands you're keeping back. It's dollars you're keeping back, but I'm talking in rands now. So on silver, I have to go forward. On silver, you're going to receive gifts and keep 60,986 rands worth of gifts. You're keeping 22,870 rand. That's a pretty good monthly salary for managers, professionals. That's a monthly salary right there. But on your perpetual cycle, you're going to keep 53,313 rand. Now, I'm not saying you're going to receive this monthly. Please don't misunderstand me. But if you're self-employed like me, you don't get a 13th check or a Christmas bonus. But you could somewhere in the year receive one of these gifts, one of these boards. And boy, what a joy it is. On gold, you're going to join the board for $1,600. And when you complete your board, you will receive gifts to the value of 243,945 Rand. Whew, that's a lot of money. You're keeping 118,161 Rand. It's a lot of money that you get to keep. And on your perpetual cycle, you get to keep 213,452 Rand, depending on the exchange rate. That's almost $250,000 right there. Now look at platinum. Platinum, I can't even get through these numbers sometimes. On platinum, you're going to receive gifts to the value of 762,329 Rand. And you keep 667,038 Rand. You keep more than 500,000 Rand. Now, this all depends on your participation, how your team moves, how the boards move. Doesn't happen weekly or monthly, but it does happen. Bev and I are currently receiving on our gold boards, first round. I received 4 gold gifts in January. Do you know what I did with them? Bev knows. For the first time ever, I paid my son's education fees upfront for the year. He's in his 3rd year of university. For 21 years of his life, I've paid month to month his preschool fees, his daycare fees, his preschool, his primary school, his high school fees. I've never been in advance, not even by a month. I've been in arrears thanks to lockdown. And this year, I could pay 3rd year university fees upfront for the year and get the early bird discount, thanks to gold. Thanks to my gold board. So imagine when I get onto platinum, what I can do with that. That credit card debt, that holiday, another year of university, visiting Panama to give Beverly a hug. I'm allowed to dream again because I'm going onto platinum board. Look at the bottom line there. So now it gets better. We have a board called the Ohana board that was launched last year. In Gift of Legacy, when you join, you don't pay a registration fee, you don't pay a joining fee, there's no monthly fees, there's no hidden costs because we're not paying anything. But the system needs to keep going. This theme park, the rides need to keep going. So the custodians, the people who developed and who oversee Gift of Legacy, created a board in May last year, which is a 100% blended board. There's no lineage. There's no following the people you know, because it supports the system. It's not about your journey from bronze to platinum. That moves as I've just explained. You have to be confirmed on coal or bronze to join the Ohana board. It's a once-off, hear me, a once-off $50 gift to join this ride. You're going to receive 7 gifts, not 8, which means you receive $350 when you legend and you keep $300 every time you legend. So it's a once-off gift of $50. There's always a confirmed Ohana G profile on your board. Starts in Gifter 1, moves to Builder into Guide, and when it gets to Legend and receives gifts, those gifts go to Gracious Givers Movement. Gracious Givers Movement is a non-profit organization that pays for all of the costs that are needed to keep the system going. The developers' fees, the IT fees, the service providers, everything that costs to keep a website going internationally, worldwide, nearly all the countries, is covered by GGM. And that's why Ohana was created. It's the right thing to do to join our Ohana board and support it. It's not compulsory, but it really is the right thing to do. If you leave an Ohana board, you can't join it again. So join it and do it. It's a lot better than paying a monthly fee because you are going to receive gifts back for doing the right thing. Now, Bev, any theme park has got rules and regulations at the gate. Do you want to go through ours, please?
It is wonderful to hear these words from you, especially with the numbers of your currency, because with these guidelines, anyone who is listening to this will be able to say, wow, I've got a way to not wait for those. We call them retirement money, and it is a lot less. So, wherever you are, there are guidelines. Our first guideline says that by joining, you join by sending an unconditional gift of $25 or $100, depending where you want to start from. Some people have started from both. You do it to the legend of the board. Then number two, you invite two like-minded, like-hearted people to follow you on this journey. This journey I have found to be the most wonderful way of living. Number three, you have the opportunity to encourage your two invitees to do the same, to go two by two by two by two, because that's the way it gets to legend. This ensures movement of the boards. Number four, you join the board sequentially. $100, $400, $1,600, or the final one, up to now, $5,000 in your first round. Now, as I keep telling people, why just stay doing one round when you can do it over and over and over? It is essential to join the perpetual cycle of every board, because that's where the money comes to you much, much more. And it is also important that you know that you cannot advance to the next board without two confirmed invitees. When you give an invitation, you must feel that it is better to be able to do it the way the guideline states. The importance of following these guidelines is you must recognize that in Gift of Legacy, we do not want anyone promoting on social media. We want to keep the community with like-minded people, with love, because that is the money that is used to get the abundance that you are dreaming of. As my darling Adele says, how wonderful she felt to be able to, for the first time, pay up a year's for her son to go to college. But it will not make any sense for you to just fill up spaces, because when you do that, it'll hold you back and it'll hold everything back. And you must remember the 2 by 2 by 2 guideline. Be the messenger, not the message. Invite people to come to these live presentations, or if they cannot because they're working, to join and enjoy the recordings. I love to do that when I cannot stay on the live because there's a lot of things going on. The way I learned to do this is by attending the training, because it is available. In the link tree and on the YouTube channel, you have all that you need to continue learning to walk the path of abundance in a theme park, inviting 2 by 2 by 2 people. Please note, it is important to understand that there are no guarantees. Anyone who thinks that there's guarantee in life, please remember what we just went through in 2020. The success or failure of any participant will depend on your willingness to participate and follow the guidelines of Gift of Legacy. And it remains the individual participant's responsibility to ensure that they follow the guidelines of the taxes in their countries. Gift of Legacy is decentralized with no third-party affiliation, ownership, or partnership. If you are joining Gift of Legacy via a third-party system, you do so at your own risk. Gift of Legacy is 100% person-to-person, peer-to-peer, and no funds ever get paid to a platform. Gift of Legacy, gifts are always given to Gift of Legacy participants and only gifted to the legend when landing on their board. If we just follow these few regulations, guidelines, I have found that this is the best way to go looking for a legacy for your family. Adele, I thank each and every person for being here, for joining us today. And if you would like to know more, please contact the person who gave you the invitation to come and see another way of having your life change, letting go of the tradition, and enjoying the invitation that you give to others. Thank you, Adele,
Thank you.
for this moment. I just
Thank you so much.
love doing this.
I do too. And you know what? We're getting better and better at it, Bev. We chat and we explain and we present and we do it all in under an hour. I mean, that's amazing. So now we have time to chat to people and to explain and to give answers. Queenie, I see your hand is up, my friend. I just want to address, there was one person who commented in the chat while we were busy. Freddie says, hello everyone, greetings from Goma, Congo. We're still waiting for this wonderful opportunity, and we're continuing to allow ourselves a chance to share this wonderful journey. Freddie, if I allow you to speak, would you be able to chat? Because I'd love to find out if you've actually joined Gift of Legacy, or if you're still waiting to join, or if you're waiting for people to join you. What's going on there, Freddie? You can unmute.
Hola, hola.
Hola.
¿Me escuchan? Hola, ¿me escuchan?
Bev, can you translate?
Sí, sí, te escuchamos.
Bueno, voy a ver si puedo aparecer en la cámara. Bueno, tengo el celular y la señal es media complicada aquí. Bueno,
Sí, pues he's trying to get the camera going. It's a little bit complicated for him at the moment.
They are
Pero
asked him to start.
usted escuchó lo que preguntó Adele acerca de si ya has podido ingresarte a Gift of Legacy participando en esta bella comunidad, o todavía
sí,
estás esperando a personas que te vengan a ir en este viaje contigo.
hace 2 años que estoy en este emprendimiento y sigo compartiéndolo. En estos momentos bastante complicados donde estoy, es el único despeje que tengo para seguir peleando día a día.
Okay, un momentito. As Freddie is trying to say, he has been here 2 years now, still trying to do what he has decided that he will be doing, but there is a blockage for him to move forward, but he's not going to give up. Muy bien.
Absolutely. We know Freddie very well, but because his video wasn't on, I didn't recognize him. Freddie is from Uruguay, and he is in Congo with the military, as you can see, on a peacekeeping mission. And he is limited because of where he is with the military, but Freddie is very much part of Gift of Legacy. I'm so happy to see you, my friend.
Adele está muy feliz de verte.
Bueno,
Muy feliz.
muy contento también por estar en este espacio y extrañaba mucho el encuentro aunque siempre digo, escucho, entiendo poco el inglés, hablo nada de inglés, pero sabemos que vamos a un fin en común.
We know that we're going to the same direction. I do not understand English. I do not speak it, but I get the feeling of it, of this mutual journey that we're on. Gracias, hermano. Es un placer verte. Un día nos veremos en las playas y conocer uno a otro. Thank you, my
Si Dios
brother.
quiere. Si Dios quiere.
One day we will meet each other and we will get to know person to person each other.
Tell him to stay safe.
Por favor, manténgase protegido.
It's lovely to see old friends who haven't been here for a while. Has anybody else got any questions? Queenie, you had your hand up? She said she was pressing the heart to say she agrees. Is there anybody else with questions? I'm so used to asking in Spanish. Alguna pregunta? Anybody else?
See, that's how you learn. That is how you learn.
I'm learning Spanish, Freddie.
Bueno, lo único que quería era saludarlos, y que sepan que mientras pueda voy a estar pendiente de cada una de las videoconferencias que hagan.
I just wanted
Tengo
to
que
say,
ponerme,
I just wanted to say that I came on because I miss being here. I watch all that I can, and I get the joy of watching the video conferences. Even and as he had said before, sometimes I cannot turn my camera on.
Sure.
Oh, Cecilia.
Does
Cecilia.
Freddie activate captions to read it in Spanish?
Hermano Freddy, ¿usted sabe utilizar I don't know how to say that in Spanish, lo que se puede ver de las letras en español, para que Adele te pueda abrir para que puedas utilizar los subtítulos? ¿Lo haces?
por Zoom?
Sí, por Zoom. Adele puede
Tendría que,
activarlo para que usted lo pueda ver. Las letras.
ella dice que yo puedo hablar en español y a ella se le traduce en inglés.
A
O
usted,
viceversa.
sí, a
O
usted
viceversa.
recibir los subtítulos. For him to
Tendría que
receive the
verlo.
subtitles.
He
Hay que
can
verlo
go to the bottom screen.
en
He
el
can go
teléfono
to the
móvil, en
bottom
el celular.
and request captions, and then when I allow it, he will read the captions in Spanish, even though I'm speaking
Sí.
English.
Si usted, cuando
Sí.
comienza la presentación, le pide a Adele que le ponga los subtítulos para que usted pueda ver las palabras en español, ella lo puede hacer, pero lo tiene que
Sí.
solicitar.
Ahí está, fue lo que dice ahora recién.
So next time you must ask for the captions, and then you can just read me in Spanish.
La próxima vez usted puede solicitar los subtítulos y le puedes leer en español lo que está diciendo Adele.
Muy bien.
That's great. Gina, your community can do the same. When you request captions, then you can be reading it in Portuguese when you request captions. Got Portuguese people on the call here as well. Has anybody else got any questions? Cecilia? Maps? Cecilia, are you
Tan
going to say hello?
tímido.
Let's allow her to unmute. Cecilia, can you unmute?
Yes, good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
I love how I always learn something new from you. I didn't know that about the captions, and it's like always something great, you know. Sorry I haven't been around. I had a hectic time day in Gauteng, sorting some things, family things out, but I'm back now, and
Mhm.
I'm glad I didn't miss this one because now I learned something new.
That's awesome. I'm so glad. Yeah, we're learning a lot about technology as we progress on this journey.
Awesome.
Nobody's
Thank
got
you so
any
much.
questions for me. Thanks. No one's got questions for me. I see names that I don't know. So if you've got any questions, Monica, your team, I think some of your people on the call, anybody who's got questions, ask me. If I don't get the answer, I can find out the answer for you, but I pretty much might know the answer. Nobody.
The other thing I would love to suggest is that they sit with the recording a second time with other people who were not able to come onto the presentation live and just enjoy listening with someone else what was said today. That is one of the things that I do, and I look at them over and over again, and it has helped me to become a lot better at doing it. Thanks, Adele.
That's right. I watch the recording. I will go and upload this to YouTube and share the link. And then before I go to sleep tonight, I will watch this recording again. Because even though I'm presenting, I'm not watching. Do you know what I mean? So I watch the recording after I've presented every single Zoom. So maybe you should do the same. Anybody
Hi.
can unmute. Hello?
Hi, everyone. Hi,
Thank-
hi again.
Okay.
Long time.
Long time. How are you, Gina?
I am okay. Thank you. Hi, Cecilia.
Llega, ¿cierto? Está floja y el tipo quejando.
Okay, only one person can talk.
Está tirando con solo la cosa. Sí, pero no hay que-
Let's mute. There we go. Go ahead, Gina.
No, just greeting people and
Mhm.
pleasure to be here with everyone. And happy to see that we are getting up and working at us.
Con permiso, con permiso. Muchas
We
gracias.
absolutely are. We are all moving and we are progressing. We are waiting for the compression to happen. Nobody's asking, so I'm going to bring it up. We are waiting for the compression to happen. The developer has to correct some errors that are popping up, but we are hoping to have news on that soon. But the compression is still hasn't happened, so please be patient in terms of that. Okay. I just think Bob wants to speak. Bob, do you want to speak? Bob? Hello? Bob, did you want to say something? No. Okay. The other thing I just wanted to let people know is there's been a few people who have questioned why they see an Ohana G.
Marina. Marina.
Apague
¿Qué te está dando?
apague su
Marina.
celular. Apague su micrófono.
Is he asking a question?
No, he's calling out to someone, and I just told him to please close his microphone.
Okay. Let me just close everybody's mics
Yep.
so that they can't.
Con permiso, señores, por favor.
There we go. Okay, so a few people have asked why they find Ohana G legends on bronze, silver, gold, and platinum boards. I just explained to you that Ohana G positions on the Ohana board receive money when they're a legend and they send it to GGM, right? Does everyone agree with that? Yes. Now, previously, we all know right from the beginning of Gift of Legacy, if a legend removed themselves from the board or they were removed and the legend was missing, maybe there were gifters and you're phoning and no one's answering, the legend is missing. They're either there or they're not there, but there's no legend. What would happen? A GGM profile would replace that legend so that the gifts could be received and the board could move. That's always been the guideline, right? Yes. So now, last year in September, when the boards were cleaned up, when people were auto-removed for not logging in for 60 days, lots of people were removed, including legends, even legends on platinum. Can you believe legends on platinum were not logging in? So they were removed. So now we have a missing legend. When that was done, the custodian said, okay, the community are asking us, why can't a guide trickle up? Why can't a guide move into legend? They decided the guide on the right-hand hemisphere can trickle up. From September last year, the guideline was changed. A guide on the right-hand side can trickle up into legend, but only if there are 8 empty gifters. If there are 8 empty gifters and the legend is open, the guide on the right can trickle up. But if there is 1 gifter, it can't happen. Think about it. If there's 1 gifter and there's no legend, and you are the guide and you move up, how many gifts are you going to receive? 7. You're not going to get 8 gifts. And that means you don't have enough gifts to go to the next board, to join Perpetual, and to keep. It's not fair. So a GGM position will always replace a legend if there is 1 or more gifters. But the developer was busy doing lots of removing and changing, and he knows Ohana G send money to GGM. So instead of programming GGM to replace missing legends, he decided, let's program Ohana G to replace missing legends. Ohana G and GGM are the same. It's exactly the same thing. The money goes to GGM. So everybody is freaking out. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Ohana G is on the wrong board. No. Ohana G and GGM are the same. The money is going to GGM to allow the boards to move. So please, please, please don't panic. If you see Ohana G, they're not infiltrating your lineage. You know, Freddie's in the military. It's not like there's another army coming in trying to take over your board. No, it's not a military operation. It's simply GGM is being put there, or Ohana is being put there so that the board can complete and you can carry on your journey. So please gift the legend. And when you click on the information box for Ohana G, there's no phone number. Everybody panics. Don't panic. There's a link. It's called a bot. It's a Telegram contact number. You click on the bot. It's not a robot, not a robot. It's a human being in support who's managing that phone number. You contact the bot, you say, send me the details. They send you the details. You do the gift. They confirm you. Your gift gets sent to GGM. I would love to gift an Ohana G position on a gold board. I would love to send GGM $1,600 to help the system keep going. I would love to give Cecilia or Beverly or Freddie or Queen, but I would love to gift GGM. So please don't stress about GGM. Ohana, what did we say in that presentation? Gifts are unconditional. It's not about what your username is, who you are, what lineage you're on. You follow your inviter. And if you can't follow your inviter, you follow their inviter. So if I can't follow my father, I follow my grandfather, I follow my great-grandfather, my ancestors for 100 levels. That's the algorithm. And if I can't find my family, my lineage, then I go to the oldest board. That's how the algorithm works. So where you land is where you're meant to be. Gift the legend. Don't think about it. Don't question it. Don't ask. Just do it. And chase your legacy. Because when that legend is finished, they're gone. And you're on your way to platinum. My queen, let me let you speak. Where are you? My queenie, you can unmute.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what, Adele, we've been entering all these things, my love. Hi, everyone. I love you all, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. We've been entering all of these platforms that they don't benefit us to anything. But this one, I don't question anything because I recognize one thing. If ever you had to be a legend, you receive as a legend. There's no doubt that you will never receive. So if ever they put Ohana or Ohana G or GGM or Atlas, whatever, but those people are the one that they helping us for fixing the system to work. We don't even have to worry about trying, and more especially me, when I started, I didn't even know how to send the money to GGM. So now when I find they put GGM in my pot, it's easy for me. When I have to gift them, I gift them. Because end of the day, we will receive. We will go forward. The system will never fail. So why we have to question every day? That is me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Queenie. I love you, Queenie. You're so cute. Thank you, my friend. So those are the two questions everybody is asking at the moment: compression and Ohana G. Let's spread those words, share it with our teams, and tell them. Okay. In the meantime, get people to join your board, because if you join a board and it's an empty board, there's no builders, maybe there's no guides, you've got an awesome opportunity when you join the board. As soon as you confirm, trickle up happens. You move to builder. As soon as you confirmed, you move to builder, you move to guide. If you're on the right-hand side, you could go from gifter to builder,
Legend.
to guide, to legend, boom, just by being confirmed on the board. Think about it.
Yes. Adele, mainly because I understand it, mainly because I love it, and mainly because I see a way to make the future of my life at 75 not have to worry, but just do, learn, and come upon what is necessary in a community where we are supposed to be like-minded people. It is said all over in the guidelines and everything, 2 by 2 by 2. 2 by 2 by 2 makes magic in Gift of Legacy. And I just love this, Adele. Thank you so much for explaining and recognizing that there's so many people who have yet to understand what we have been saying since I came into Gift of Legacy in 2022. The only thing that has changed is getting Gift of Legacy better. I am so grateful to be here presenting this with you today, Adele. Thank you for this opportunity. Tons of love to all.
Thanks, Bev. Thank you so much, my friend. Dan wants to ask a question. Dan, you can unmute. You can unmute, Dan. Dan, you need to unmute. Maybe tell him Beverly. I don't know if he speaks English. Dan
You say
Medina, you need to unmute. Okay, let me unmute everybody. Let's just see. Dan, you can unmute. He put his hand up. Maybe he was just saying hello. Maybe he's just playing with the... Okay. Right, I don't see anyone else having questions. So nice to see some faces I haven't seen for a while. Freddie, thanks for joining us. Please take care, my friend. Cecilia, it's lovely to have you back. Waiting for you to do a presentation with me. Queenie, you too. And Monica, lovely to see you and your team here. We're not here on a Thursday at the moment, but watch this space. There's another very excited presenter who's very keen for us to do twice a week. So we might start doing trainings again. And just keep watching the Telegram group because that's where all the information is. So thanks, Bev. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, my friend.
This is a moment that I look forward to this every Tuesday, my darling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Goodbye. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Bye.